Consider the spotlight. You have lived as if it were perpetually shining on you. Every stumble magnified, every silence judged, every choice weighed against the imagined tribunal of public opinion. It is an exhausting performance for an audience that does not exist. The liberating, unsettling truth is this: nobody cares. Not with the scrutiny you fear. They are not watching your life's reel, they are editing their own. This is not a message of loneliness, but of emancipation. When this truth sinks in, it does not create a void, it clears a space. A vast, open terrain that was always there, hidden behind the stage sets and the painted backdrops of performance. This is the terrain of your actual life. Stoicism is the philosophy that hands you the map to this territory and says, now, build something real here. The anxiety of perception is a tax on a phantom income. You pay with your energy, your authenticity, and your peace for a currency of approval that holds no real value. The they you worry about is a composite ghost, a projection of your own insecurities. The boss is worried about their own performance review. The acquaintance is consumed by their own social calculations. The stranger has already forgotten you. This is not cynicism, it is logistics. Human attention is a scarce resource, and everyone is spending almost all of it on their own survival, their own happiness, their own drama. Your brief cameo in their narrative is just that, brief. When you internalize this, the burden of the imaginary audience lifts. The weight you feel is not the judgment of others, but the gravity of your own misplaced focus. Stoicism provides the framework to redirect that focus. It begins with the fundamental split, the dichotomy of control. On one side, the realm of externals, the opinions, thoughts, and actions of every other person on the planet. This is the domain of nobody cares, and it is firmly, irrevocably not yours. You have as much control over what someone thinks of you as you do over the weather. To invest your emotional energy here is the definition of misallocation. It is trying to irrigate a desert with a teacup. The Stoic draws a bright line around this territory and declares it a foreign nation. You can engage with it, trade with it, but you do not seek to govern it or let its internal politics dictate your domestic policy. On the other side of the line is your sovereign state, your mind, your judgments, your efforts, your values, your character. This is the domain of focus on your life. This is where your power is absolute and undiluted. When you realize the external gallery is empty, your attention snaps back, with immense force, to this inner workshop. This is where the real work has always been waiting. Focusing on your life now takes on a new, profound meaning. It is no longer about curating an impressive life for display. It is about the craftsmanship of a life of substance. Your metrics change entirely. You stop asking, does this make me look good? And start asking, does this make me good? Does this action align with my principles? Does this effort represent my best capability? Does this pursuit deepen my understanding or strengthen my character? The goal shifts from managing impressions to building integrity. You work with excellence because excellence is its own reward, a private satisfaction that needs no external validation. You choose the harder right over the easier wrong, not for a badge of honor, but because that is what a person of character does. Your life becomes an inner-directed project, and its quality is judged by an internal barometer you alone control. This focus liberates you from the paralysis of comparison. You are not in a race against anyone else's highlight reel. Their path, their possessions, their apparent successes are simply facts in their story, not benchmarks in yours. Your only relevant comparison is between the person you are today and the person you were yesterday. Is there growth? Is there more courage, more wisdom, more self-control? This is a race you can actually win, every single day. It turns life from a frantic competition into a quiet, relentless practice of self-refinement. It also transforms failure from a public spectacle into a private lesson. The failed venture, the rejected proposal, the social misstep, these are no longer sources of burning shame because there is no permanent, jeering audience. They are simply data points. Clean, clear information about what works and what doesn't, about where your skills need honing or your judgment needs adjustment. Without the magnifying glass of perceived judgment, you can analyze this data dispassionately, learn from it, and adapt. Resilience is born in this space, where setbacks are stripped of their social horror and reduced to their utilitarian essence, feedback. This philosophy does not make you a hermit. It makes you a more genuine participant. When you interact with others, you are no longer a negotiator seeking a favorable trade of approval. You can listen to understand, not to craft your reply. You can offer help without the silent ledger of owed favors. You can disagree without making it personal, because another's opinion is their property, not a verdict on yours. Relationships become choices, not necessities. You engage from a place of wholeness and abundance, not from a place of need. Nobody cares, focus on your life, is therefore the ultimate formula for agency. It is the realization that you have been handed the controls to your only ship. The cheers and boos from the distant shore are just noise, carried away on the wind. Your job is not to steer toward the noise, but to navigate by your own stars, your virtues, your purpose, your reasoned choices. The sea will be rough regardless. But the quality of your journey is determined by the strength of your helm and the clarity of your compass, not by the volume of the crowd you left behind on the dock. So let the spotlight go dark. The theater is empty. Step off the stage you built for an audience that never arrived. Feel the solid, unadorned ground of your own existence beneath your feet. This is your land. This is where you build. Plant your garden, brick by brick, with the materials of your own effort and judgment. Tend it with the focus of someone who knows its true worth is in the harvest it yields for your own soul, not in the compliments it might draw from a passing glance. This is your life. Finally, undeniably, magnificently yours.